Um, well, gents, here we are again. So, I just to quickly summarize what happened before we started broadcasting. Portunus has gotten arrested because he wanted to buy a book. The Seneschal is going to give him bailout money, and I think while he's down there, he's going to go shopping. So we can quickly get rid of any, quick shoppings that people want to do, and we'll be able to take it from there. Anyone else want to do anything? Let's quickly get the shopping.
I have something I would like to do.
Yeah.
I would like to address something to the IRS. Out of character knowledge. Real quick.
Yeah.
Can we move channel?
Oh yeah. I got that.
Yeah.
Oh. Quick, the GM's not here. Commit heresy. Well, Thaxius, yes, because he is a filthy heretic at heart. fucking Slanesh worshipper.
You don't even know.
Yeah, he has an 80.
It turns out he's just crocheting a fucking hat for the bird.
No.
No, he's crocheting a new jacket for the rogue trader out of orphans' tears.
Ah, yes.
Yes, exactly.
Or orphans.
Beat only by rich orphans. Their tears are so much more fulfilling.
We actually have we do have rich orphans actually. They got put on the
Wait. Rich orphans?
Yes. 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 But they were rich at the time and they're orphans now.
Wait, was that what happened in one of our earlier sessions? Like early sessions?
That was draw. That was how hardcore the society did that guy. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So Steven's not here. Yeah. Yeah, they were put to sleep. Yep.
Why is... Oh, because sugar hardens when you cool it.
Yes.
Forgot about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Would you like to end up like this? No? Then do as we say.
Yep. So that 7 I just got was for the scarf. So, okay, I'm gonna tell you something about this scarf. Oh, God! A 6 and a 13.
Wait, what's a master talent? Yeah. 30. How doth one do that? Gotcha. Do I dare raise my dodge beyond 78?
Do it.
A few times.
Oh, perfect.
We have
Yeah.
things in the works.
As
What
well
have
as
you done?
Gamma Cloaks acquired.
Whoa.
That was the 11.8 degrees of success.
Deep.
I am actually concerned.
All right. Hmm.
I am especially concerned because you said that.
And then OX, we need to talk about some things
Okay. What do you
whenever we
need?
get a
start?
chance. But we'll finish acquisitions first.
Okay.
Anybody else have anything? Should I hit the button again? It was just Gamma Cloaks.
It was supposed to be a surprise.
My bad.
That's all right. Mm-hmm.
All right.
I'd offer to
Yeah.
roll first, but there's always the chance that I roll really, really well, and then you throw in some other nonsense. So I'm gonna wait.
I take offense to that. There's none of my penalties are nonsense.
You know, I just realized. You know who else Jack's character reminds me of?
Who?
What's his name? Harry, Arnold Schwarzenegger from True Lies. It's like, yeah, you just think he's a normal dude, then all of a sudden he hits you with the, "I will kill you and your family, and I will not blink about it. And I won't even kill you
Okay,
with bullets.
fair.
I'll kill you with logic and logistics." That level of kill. I don't know.
No, I feel it.
Absolutely. This is a hive world who's got their own little forge going. You can definitely do that. Now,
What?
okay.
How was that basically archaeotech?
It does a whole bunch of other stuff as well. It gives you
Oh, okay.
pure planetary readouts as far as what the air quality is, etc. It's
Okay, that makes
It's-
more sense.
It
That makes so much more sense.
So it's a compass where you literally click it and it gives you the entire planetary readout after like a little buffering on a hollow screen.
That sounds
So-
like my Garmin 401, but way more badass.
Yeah,
just one though.
you can maybe acquire up to like 4, I'd say. hmm
Only
Shit.
6.8 degrees.
It's based off your what's it called? Profit
Yeah.
factor.
But that's gonna give me 2
Yeah.
points per degree.
Yeah, so that's going to be like it's plus 12. Yeah.
Which gives me a total of
Because you're what, like on like 52 now?
Well, I rolled a 12. There you go.
Oh my god! Rolls a 0. I win.
Yeah, so you
No, but yeah.
Eh,
I gave myself a plus 12 and then I rolled a 12.
yeah. Damn, Jack.
All will fear the IRS.
Stevens, God bless you, you red baron son of a bitch. What do you want me to do with this?
Many, many things.
As you command.
Did you?
Oh, can I acquire Portunus's books for him?
Did you get the
Can
gifts
you-
too on how it works?
yes, you can. Go ahead, Tumblus.
Let me see.
So kilogram.
Oh god.
Yikes! I'm gonna re-roll
like-
that.
Yeah.
Not so much better.
Better. It's still like,
Yep.
what, 18?
Oh, Jesus, why you do this? Now I've got to tell you the title.
I like the animation it gives when it moves.
There's only he's
Just
gotta get a
imagine one of
break, you know what I'm
Just
saying?
imagine one of the sororists that hates us catching him doing that. And it's just like an awkward glance back and forth. It's like, he's like, I don't need this book.
How to break a sister of battle.
Or it's just your character going up and just making like hard eye contact, paying for it, and then just staring as you walk away.
Okay.
The real power.
All right, well, Jackie, you've gotten the information.
I get him the book, give it to him, and say nothing. Just a slight nod upon giving it to him.
Okay.
Me and Stevens have something to do, actually.
Yep.
This is between only the IRS, the Mechanicus, and the Red Baron at the moment.
Oh boy.
Okay, you want to private chat this?
We can.
Okay.
We're barely even in, and it's already private, private, private. Yes.
But is it blessed? But is it blessed by virgin priests?
Yeah, we got that down.
All right, Darius, roll me a Cynesians.
Oh, someone's doing some warp fuckery, are they?
You actually need to roll me 2.
I need to roll 2, do I?
Yes, you do.
Okay, let me do foreshadow then. Before I roll.
Don't fuck
both.
up.
Yeah, don't fuck up.
The old Barrett Wallace advice.
Okay, that's fine. So
I don't know what happened to Steve.
potion, that's a plus 30. Okay, that's the first one. Yeah, that's fine. So it comes the second one. Okay, not as strong.
Okay, so let's see. So let me just talk me through this. So your first one was for what? That's just a willpower of getting your bonuses for the Cynesians, right?
Yes, those willpowers
Okay.
are.
All right. Yes. Yeah. 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 That's you go right ahead. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a couple of rolls, but you wanted to effectively have you want to invest into their guild so that you basically get their support, right? So the way it's going to be is that you can bring out a commerce check followed by a profit factor roll, and then basically you want to get a deal in where they basically say, right, yeah, we'll support you on these endeavors, and they become an ally, or you can actually put like 1 to 2 profit factors into them. Um, and then like you basically buy in by burning some profit factors, but that immediately gets you, the support, and you can call upon their aid. So one is where like you literally like negotiate like a board meeting. You do these things, you don't lose anything, but it just means that it's more of a wiggle wiggle wiggle. Whereas the other one is you hard buy in, and then you become a strong shareholder. And you could always do both. You can always combine the two. Like I'm not stopping you. Yes to all. Yes to all. Yes, times 2. Yep. Mm-hmm. Mm. Yeah. Yeah, it sounds good. Well, if you open up for your war brutes to become available, they will be opening up some of their old routes for you as well. You just yep. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right. So explain to me that second one, by the way, because that kind of depends on the priority to relay what the first one was.
Right. So the second one, what you are effectively picking up is just like a disturbance of like psychic events that is big enough for you to pick up on it.
Okay. Is that it? Nothing continuing from that, just something similar to that?
As in, it seems like it's been like a slow, like humming, building up, then it peaks, you hear it, and you can hear it peak, 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 and then it just goes boom, as though something went abrupt.
Okay. Captain, I'm not sure how to, well, inform you of the. Yes. Well, you firstly you've got a message from an imperial guard or navy from Erazmo. They are calling to arms for whatever reason. It's just a signal saying to arms. But the second one was there was a disturbance in the warp on this planet that we are currently on, and a big one. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. hmm Usually, when there are psychic events that other psychics can feel from orbit, it means that something has gone bad. I'm just putting down the places that you are getting from the merchant. Yeah. So you've got station. So you've got station 76, which is a manufactorium station for processing raw materials, and it is also a mining station because they hover over nebulas and asteroid fields, literally mining them for resources. So that's a location that they are aware of, that they used to trade with. Ulcia's Wrath in the Luminosio subsector is a abnormally that they were made aware of, but it's an interesting one. Effectively, there is this sort of like star that like beats and contrasts in and out quite rapidly, but it seems to be like throwing out like, how would you put it, like a lot of radiation and a lot of like uh, heat, which is making some of its planets very hospitable in a weird sense. So like we have what's it called, like we have our summer and such. Some of these planets only experience autumn and spring and summer. They don't have winter at all. So it's a constant like blossoming and like beautiful place.
That sounds rather pleasant.
Yeah, like that's what they've come across. And they are, from what they understand, some of them are very material heavy for agriculture, for cattle, for fishing and the likes. But it's just none of them have really been claimed. So the majority of the time, and the other thing um, is that all of the moons on of the planets are also inhabitable.
That's
Yeah.
Huh.
So also the reason for why it's called Ulcius Wrath is that there was in eons past a admiral called Ulcio who did a very big battle in that space to conquer it back away from a secessionist, and it was just at the time it was too much for recolonization, so they just left it, and now it looks like they've over time that they've been reborn. he sends you a response to that because he knows why.
Concern.
Yeah.
That ringtone was too well timed. Exactly.
So it takes them 5 minutes for that, then Darius.
Yep.
All right. Yep. Sounds good. Yes. All right. Sounds good. All right. So you prepare for travel into to the warp. Now, Kepler's basically calls out that it is a. It's going to be difficult. It is quote unquote foggy in the warp today, but he thinks he will be able to make do once you break out of the region that is clouded. Let me just build. He has experienced it before, but the warp can be mysterious in such ways in how it decides to obscure the Astronomicon. I'm afraid not. OX, there's nothing you can really do to help. This is strictly navigators. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm back. I might get. Oh, okay. I might get. But just keep going.
Before we headed away, like I said, me and Stevens has cut that. So, if you want to throw us in that vault of silent.
Did
Okay.
Jackie's Jack? Did you manage to acquire those cloaks?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I didn't even. Yeah, I never knew about.
100% complete.
No, they're fine. They can do this. They don't need me.
So let's see, 40. Yeah. Yeah, no,
Ripeth.
Jack. I was waiting for that. Like, oh shit. But yeah, 40. An extra 40 best quality camo cloaks.
Yeah, I got 11.9 degrees success. We just like, here you go. Guess at that point, there's no chance
So-
of me failing.
I should ask Saxus then if I should add them to the ones that are like, hey, they add plus 20 to stealth, an extra 10 in smoky areas, and they have a minor EMP effect. Or not EMP, a minor electromagnetic effect. True. Yeah, no, that's what I want to find out from Saxus first before I I should really
Fear
need us
not.
to make more photo visors.
If it's anything that overly concerns us, we'll find out.
You know, I also just realized Portunus is the caretaker from Darkest Dungeon. They look very similar.
Oh my god. How did I not see that?
Oh god.
I love warp events. They're my favorite, especially because I don't have to deal with them. Good luck, Mr. Freeze.
Oh, I'm fucking ready to stick it if a demon comes on board. I'm ready.
Ding ding.
I'm like fucking scrappy dude,
All
but
right,
if he's
bitch,
like
who's
actually
next?
muscular.
Oh my god.
I'll slam him.
Crack open. This man's all right. He kills them with mind bullets. I like this man. I'll switch over to my other microphone really quick. Well, no, it's fine now. I know you boys like my sexy tones. Sound like Barry White. Barry White. Yeah. Yeah. Eerie words are heard while you sleep. I have 4 insanity points. That's normal for me.
To get through this event, everyone shall be given a hammer, and everyone shall now work on the walls.
Stop. Hammer time. Downstairs to grab a snack real quick to balance out all this whiskey I just had. Whispering though, I've just okay.
Nope, executions all around. That's what we must do. It's too late. Whispers aboard the ship can only mean one thing: execute all of our guards. Not even the planet fall. Rip. The 13 hours, they never even got to the planet. They didn't survive the travel to the planet.
We'll keelhole them in space.
Hello, sorry about that.
It's a hell of a thing when some boys and guys you can survive some spicy dudes with metal clubs and some guardsmen with the finest implements for humans ever made can't survive 13 hours against heresy.
Yeah. So, sorry to interrupt you. So just to sort of like go through it on your voyage, after the first like two or so days, you start having the whole whispering take place. Nothing that the righteous fury isn't unused to. At this stage, you have very hardy sailors who practically just ignore them, and they don't care. The guardsmen on the gilded wagon are just like, what's that? You're telling me my brother is sleeping with my wife? It's weird shit like that. So they're just like a lot of like thing. Like if it, yeah, it's just weird whispers. Hmm. All right. Though as you move past that, you go away through a few more days. You close in. You basically get the message from Cadmus that, all right, we're near Erazmo now. We should be there within like the next 2 days.
Really
And
quick.
yeah,
Can I work on the simulator more while we're in
it
flight, or no?
you definitely can. Give me your last tech use, and if you pass that, so tech use and your flight or your flying ability, uh,
Take
effectively
modifiers.
+10. This will be the last modification you can do, and then it's at its peak.
Modifiers for piloting.
Ah, damn. Yep.
Any modifiers for piloting?
No, because you're broken enough as it is.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Okay, so your ace pilots now. That simulator is probably the best thing you can ever have. Like this is gonna be allow you to take beginners, take them through the fundamentals, all the way up to like ace piloting level skills. So that's where that machine is now at.
Yes.
Okay. Give
So-
me the stats for the pilots on board now.
All right, sure. So you're looking at each pilot having base 60 agility, and they've got a +20 for their piloting. So you're looking at base 80 for your pilots.
That's yes. Thank you. That's all I had.
Yeah. It's gonna be fucking horrifying.
You dog.
Oh god. Deploy the Red Baron. We surrender. I'm sorry. We just surrender.
At least 10 horsepower. At least 10.
The second part of the journey as you're closing into Erasmo is that time just slows down. You are going through like 2 or 3 cycles of your sleep patterns, and you have no idea why. But time is just, a minute just seems like it's been taking 15 minutes. An hour just drags out and becomes a day. Like you get all of your work done, no problem. You actually find that you have a lot of people on the bridge who are just fiddling with their thumbs, which see how this goes. Does not sit well with Macedon as he finds them work to do. Yeah, Martin.
Yeah. That Baron is here.
Yeah. It's a weird situation because literally, like, you have your normal shift, but people are finished with that. People are actually waking up before their shifts are like they get their normal, quote unquote, like 6 hour REM sleep, but they've only been asleep for like 3 hours, give or take. So they wake up fully refreshed, and they're just like, "Well, I've got stuff to do." So your current cycle inside the ship is like getting messed up because people are waking up fully rested and available to take on their tasks when it's not even their time. Mm-hmm. Sounds good. Can I get a... Go on. Go on. Yes, you absolutely can.
What do I need to roll?
So I'm going to need tech use from the tech priest, and I'm also going to need you to do me, like, a general, like, how would you put it, like a intelligence roll, as you're going to be doing what do we call it? Forbidden, like...
Would you like me to do the intelligence roll first, or the
Yes.
technique? Okay.
Well, no. I'm just. There's just like he's doing software creation for simulating events, but he's trying to skirt away from creating, like, even AIs in a video game would be considered abominable intelligence. So he has to skirt around that thing. He has to do very
do
high.
I have any modifiers, or just straight?
You have a +10 for your tech use. You have a -10 for the programming that you're doing. Yeah.
Okay, so intelligence I'm going to do first, because you want me to...
99.
Okay, I'm going to fate point.
And that's how we accidentally got an AI running our ship.
There you go. Okay, there you go. And you said a +10?
Yes.
There you go.
Yes, you can.
Duly noted. I am out of 8 points. Giggle.
Mhm.
Modifiers for attack to imperial.
I will give you a +10. Yes, Jackie.
Yummy.
That's awesome. Right, so you are keeping the crew very, very busy with this as they are, running through simulations, through everything that needs to be done for the operation. So it's looking good. You've got confidence that this is going to be going out accordingly. So that's that there. Now for the exit part, just quickly get out here. As you are exiting out of the warp, let me see. Can I have an agility roll from everyone?
Oh boy.
Modifiers.
None.
What's the agility roll for?
Dodge.
Oh my god.
Yes.
How did you fail?
I don't know.
How have I out? How have I out agility'd everyone?
Because you rolled a 6, you fucking retard.
Look,
Hey,
I'm
down.
blind.
Ree.
Okay, so
Hey, that worked.
Yeah, Stevens.
So, as you are exiting out of the warp, you basically have an alarm flaring out that goes, your normal. If you go into normal, amber, anything like that, but this one goes straight into red, which is just brace for the love of the God Emperor, as you just hear a massive bang. You're going to be having Macedon over the intercoms, basically calling for Abraham de Arcus to get into the gunnery room.
Oh yes.
And he is calling for OX to work on the void shields, because you have literally just entered into a former battlefield and you are hitting against ships that have been that close to each other.
Okay, what's my bonuses
Is
for
it
that?
just dead ships, or is there any actual ships attacking us?
He has not had a chance to even figure that out, so he's calling for Tomulus. Yeah, he's calling for Tomulus to get in for the Augur race, and he is requesting strongly so for the rogue trader to be on the bridge now. Yeah.
Do we have any las weapon batteries in the ship, or no?
It's plus 8. It's plus 18 for the auger.
Yes, that is correct. Last weaponry, not really. You've got plasma weapons for your main guns, and then you've got anti-air las cannons.
I'm gonna go with the anti-air las cannons, because those sound more like, well, for one, I can get the bonus from them, but two, those sound more like something that might be a little more helpful at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna go
Super. Can I get a command test or a fellowship roll from Xerxes, as he's going to have to get order back into the crew, as a period of wonderful peace and quiet is disrupted with such a sudden burst of violence.
Wow, nice roll there, Stevens. Any just straight roll, no modifiers, right?
I can't think of any modifiers at the moment.
Okay, just making sure. Yep. You just needed one roll, correct?
And what do we get with that 7.4 degrees scrutiny check?
Rip Gian.
He's doing his thing.
Oh yeah, there's probably more than enough for him to do.
Rolls 10 D100s.
Fuck, why did I mute myself? Been talking this entire time.
Oh god!
So as you are coming out, you are jamming up your auger rays, you're reading, and there are just debris left, right, and center. It looks like you've gotten into a place where you're only reading imperial ships, setups, but you're finding some of these things have been boarded, they've been rammed, they've been fighting, they've been bombing. There's, you find the life signs of smaller pilots and bombing runs are still going on and about, but you're finding, further out from this, there's a congregation of about 17 other ships that are out there. You're seeing readings of frigates, raiders, a couple of light cruisers, and then a few supporting cruisers. And attached to all of that is, one grand cruiser that you can see. You see imperial readings, but even the wreckages that you see, the occasional flicker of Vox communications that are coming out, they too read imperial readings. For lack of better terms, Tomalis. From what you could know, from what you are making out, you think you've just entered a war zone where it's Imperium versus Imperium, and you don't know who the enemy or friend is here. So that's what you've got here. Yes, I'll take one question now.
Can I roll Imperial Navy to identify the ships?
Yes, you can.
Common lore roll. Okay. Modifiers?
I will give you a minus 30 because the readings are basically, it's like, US codes, but imagine if the US Navy split in half and they're all using the same codes for identification. It's going to be confusing.
Oh.
And by the way, what do you want me to
Fuck your minus 30.
You said second.
Sorry, someone is trying to talk and it's coming through mumbly for me.
Okay, I was asking, you asked me to do a tech use,
Yes.
and then I texted something to you to ask for IOTA's help in all my...
Alright, so...
And I gave them in binary the situation.
Yep, you will get IOTA and all of the crew, so that's going to be plus 20.
What do I get out of the Navy roll?
You think you're looking at the wreckage of what you believe to be secessionists, and beyond is the true Imperium. You think that you're quite sure, from what you can tell. For the time being, you've got all of your void shields up, OX, and they are able to basically take the majority of the damage, so the ship does not suffer any further damage aside from paint jobs and a few twisted guns here and there.
Oh, okay.
So there'll be some minor repairs, but nothing that's actual damaging. Let me see here. Abraham, can I get a weapon skill?
Yes,
Oh, sorry, a ballistic skill as you're shooting with these guns?
Yes. Let's see here. So I got a plus 10 from Weapon Master Laz. Did anyone here use the Auspex or Augury to scan anything, giving me another bonus, or no?
You'll get a plus 10 from Tomalis' ridiculous scrutiny.
Awesome. 20 it is. I would like to re-roll that.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, God!
Alright, so you are shooting left, right, and center, but it's not good enough, as you're realizing that some of the things that you're shooting at is just big debris. So the ship suffers 2 points of hull integrity, as it's just, like half a ship that's being shot at by last guns, basically bamming into your void ships or your void shields, but because there's so many things happening at the same time, the void shields are getting overstressed, flickers temporarily, which causes one of the ships to basically hit you as you're trying to navigate your way through this. Further to that, Cersei's. It's prayer time. It is time for people to pray while they work, and who is better at that than you? So you are keeping the faith. Like, people are working. You are getting into this routine of all right, super. Thank you, Jackie. You're getting into this routine of as people are working, heaving, and doing what they can. You're shouting out a litany. They will shout back the finishing line of that litany. So you're bolstering the morale really well with all of this, as your loud halo is basically echoing your words, not just where you are, but throughout the entire ship.
All right.
Awesome. Righty. Yeah. Yes.
Like a free, like a semi during the air friction.
Oh yeah, it's got pretty good defensive capabilities.
Yeah, I like this idea though.
Yes, please. I will give you a +10 if Macedon does a good job, and he's spending his fate point, and he is not able to give you a +10, given that he is very busy with what's going on right now. It's a bit of a record. He wasn't prepared for this. Yes. This is going to be a good night.
Do not make my mistake.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Yes. Give me that 100. Ah, damn it.
Oh god. The visualization of Saxon is kind of leering over, like.
Yep. Yes. Alrighty. So you are effectively what's happening here is the Righteous Fury is just it's the icebreaker. You are literally breaching your way through using your void shields and your sheer hull to just barrel your way through, creating this passageway as everyone else is just lining up behind you. You've got this caravan convoy going for you. Yes. Well, you at the moment, you are literally making sure that the entire convoy is being set up because you've got screens in front of you, you've got holographic projections so that you can see what's going on. So you're busy as it is just overseeing this. But I am going to be asking for some. Well, Stevens is muted and deafened, so never mind that. But I am going to be asking for Darius to give me a psi rating as you are being hailed by astropaths.
Alright, you want me telepathy, you mean? But yeah.
Yes, telepathy. I want you to do the thing that you have broken. Alright, so after you guys have been spending about like an hour plowing your way through this, just getting out, because you've been grounded down to a halt. You don't want to hit things at high velocity because physics, it's still gonna hurt you. So you're finding it really awkward because you have ships that move 10 to 11 voice units in 30 minutes. So they're literally having to pump the brakes and apply like anti-movement thrusters just to avoid ramming themselves up into your thrusters. Right. So Darius, you are being hailed by the Erasmus Liberation Coalition of the Imperium, and the person who is identifying themselves is, let me get out his actual thing, is Admiral Venris Ferris de Verne. And he is demanding you identify yourself, or all guns and ships will open fire upon you.
Out of character. I am ashamed that you've given someone a name so the Red Baron can ruin.
The Red Baron.
We have a fleet. We have the Red Baron.
The Red Baron is pleased with this form of brutality.
All ships self-destruct.
I'm gonna just get everybody pre-flight checked in the hangar.
Yes.
Ready to launch.
Actually, I will be asking for some 2 flying rolls from you, because I'm assuming, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but you're going to be making use of your ace pilots to do pre-bombing runs against things that will...
Well, we're in a holding pattern around the Righteous Fury.
Yep. That's just for you to defend, like, against debris and what have you. Alright, give me a sec. This is bullshit. Red Baron, you are deployed and you're picking aside all debris, and you hold this defensive, circle around your lead ship.
That's without ace modifiers, by the way.
Oh,
I can still get a plus 20 on top of that.
Please go away.
And just think, he hasn't maxed his agility yet.
Nope.
He's 15 points away from that.
Man, do it.
Alright. So, this link has now been established with the Admiral, who is basically being located to be on. Alright. On effectively the Grand Cruiser. That's part of the ship of this fleet. Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, you are receiving a message back there. There is a moment of, like, from the Admiral as he calls for you to, once you're out of the debris, to halt and allow him to scan you.
I would like to, while we're doing this, I'd like to be rallying the men to be preparing for boarding actions, and to have them start grabbing more close quarters weapons, melta guns, and to take point any hard points near the bridge on our ship, as well as the other ships.
Sounds good. I will ask for a command roll from that.
Oh god.
Absolutely.
The bottle's gone.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Let's see.
Inbound.
Command. Do I get any bonuses from anyone?
You get a +10 from Hakon, who is showing up in full equipment, going, "I ain't letting no one on here."
Yes. Ah, yes! Nat 6.
This ship has become a fortress at this stage. Every corridor has become a killing zone. Every inch that they will take will be measured in blood.
Holding pattern. Remember, holding pattern.
Lead them as they come towards us, so they might break upon our wall.
Yes. I mean, what would you do? That's the thing, though. Like, every time you've been flickering, things have been flickering from every debris, you've been picking up imperial codes. Yeah, so, like, everyone, like, you're looking left and right, like, everyone's imperial, as far as you can tell. Everyone.
Oh, he'll get a combat edge.
Yes. You can roll that. I can't think of any, can you? Yep.
For now.
Or it's one of those games. So it's going to be an all or nothing type of roll night, isn't it?
Sorta. What you're making out of this is the man's definitely not taking chances, and what he is doing here is effectively, you think he's screening people, because you do remember people have been called to arms, but because of what you're making out, everything is being imperial. You think you've just entered a blockade to prevent support for whoever they're fighting against from slipping through. And you might just have found what looks to have been the last remnants of people who tried to sneak their way through. Go on, Derry.
Captain, I'd also like to add in the fact to remind you that we also called in the other systems. So if there's all just Imperium right now, it's only going to add to the chaos. Well, they're all identifying largely as Imperium, which is going to cause confusion. And the others aren't informed of this just yet. So when they arrive in the system, it's going to be trouble. So we should resolve this as quickly as possible.
Before I get trigger happy.
Once you're out of the debris, he wants you to hold to basically prevent you from just bolting towards him in his positions. And what you're making out of this, he wants to confirm that you are who you are. Mm-hmm. Not so far, no. Yep. Yeah, well, the link gets established. They do their scanning. OX, can you roll me a tech use? And can I get a scrutiny roll from you, Tumulus, as you're going to be tracking what they are scanning? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Yep. Yep.
I kind of
Tom,
have to not be slacking because I don't have any fate points.
pulling out the heavyweights.
Yes,
All out game week.
throwing my weight around, as you say. Oh, I did.
Gosh.
Big boy.
So, on top of that, the Admiral says, "I understand how it looks. However, the majority of the people of the regulations you've just passed through were reinforcement for secessionists who have unholily taken over Erasmus, a holy site of a saint. I am not letting a single blasphemer try and put up any more arms against the Holy Imperium, as we are to reclaim this. This is an official war zone now, and the Erasmo Coalitionary Liberation Force is here to ensure that no one, and I repeat, no one, gets to put up arms against the Holy Saint. Good. And you shall, if you wish to join us, you shall be merged into the coalition force as an auxiliary support. We shall direct you under our guidance, and you will get access to our council should you prove who you are. We will need proof of your warrant of trade to confirm your identity. And now I can show you the map.
That's a lot of ships.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, that's more than a ton. That's way more than a ton. I guarantee.
Would you call it a kiloton?
Yes.
Oh, I like him.
You cannot make these jokes. My feet are too heavy for me to get there in time for the pun.
Just have him like stand guard on the bridge so he doesn't miss any of our jokes.
My lord, I've sent you your response.
How dare you, Stevens? How dare you? How dare you break this? All right.
No tears,
Nope.
only dreams.
That's the equivalent of you going in dry, right? Yes, this is happening now, Stevens. 100%, no problems.
No, they don't know anything. That's what the piloting check was for. They don't know
Exactly. I'm not saying anything specific.
They don't know anything.
No. Sounds good. Okay. All right. So this is the force that you're meeting. This is the force that's in reserves, from what you can tell. And over on the other planet, that looks to be a planetary force that's setting up things. Yes, he has had a few days of rest.
In jail. In jail. Straight to jail.
Oh, fuck off.
Oh.
It's the equivalent of like a small child just going, "Give me, give me! I will sue his ass. I've got this, my lord." Yeah. Effectively, Botulus brings out all of the imperial documentations you can literally throw at this person, saying you are who you are, your lineage is true, this is where you're representing from, this is where you will actually stand. Because between Regis and Botulus, they are basically arguing that you shouldn't just be an auxiliary person, you should be granted access to some of the resources if you join in for this, as you are a rogue trader of high renown, as the renowned warrant of trade that you have, i.e. they're arguing that some of the Imperial Guard regiments should be put under temporary command under you. Okay. I would say command and commerce, as you're bringing out this as a potential. Command first and then commerce, please. Plus 10 Navy. Etiquette is not going to factor into this, as it's a... Yeah. No, you could be the bishop as far as he's concerned. He'd still shoot you down. So you bring forth that you are here to mean business. Yeah.
They're getting spicy.
You get a plus 10 from your success from the command.
It's 12. Jesus.
Okay, so the Admiral agrees to meet with you, and he will be coming by himself, but he will be bringing his ship, and they will be lined up right next to you to avoid. Should any treachery go awry, you will be having more guns pointed at you than you will ever know what to do with. Mm-hmm.
We can arrange that. I can arrange that. And it's nice to have them on in case anything goes awry. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
That end.
Yes. Yes.
Just decline any request for support. I just said the Fabricator General may decline. Am I still super quiet?
No, you're good.
Weird.
No, that's his flagship. It's huge. That's what I mean. It's a Grand Cruiser.
Yeah. You just now saw that?
They haven't gotten here yet.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'll give you a -10. It's. Yeah. All right.
Request the presence of Matthias.
You're the Grand Air Marshal. You can go up to the bridge whenever you want, or pull him aside.
That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to pull him aside.
Sexiest.
No. The ships are back in hangar. I'm pulling you aside, though.
Do I add my +10 to talk to all Mechanicus? Oh no, it's a plus. Yes.
For like 2 seconds.
Yep.
It's a roleplay.
Okay, Sexiest, do I do that?
Matthias, I have done some prerequisite cloaked recon of their fleet. And I have some intel to report to you as I hand you a data slate. They are the Imperial Navy of the Calixus sector. The Admiral was meant to retire 20 years ago, but it looks like he has undergone life extension surgery. And the ship, or the battle barge, as you men call it, is called the Scourge of Karul? Kate, here, I'll just send you this stuff. You also get photos. I also have photos on the data slate of the markings of the ship. It appeared just to be an Imperial Navy, no Inquisition or Astartes pattern ships. In their frontal fleet, as I can see. But the main barge is like loaded with a shit ton of fucking guns, so I have seen them in combat. I would surely like to trip my bomber squadron against one. Maybe for the simulations first. Keep your wits about you. Life extension surgery can cause unnatural effects, if you know what I mean. gives thumbs up and walks away. No, mask stays on all the time. Mask on. Mask is always on. He's gotta have it, dude, or he gonna die. Accurate, yes.
Or you can give me another roll with a -30 for you to like look further out, because they seem to sort of like be blanketing in.
Alright, let me just set up the foreshadow.
Because of all the psychic chatter, then, technically?
Yeah, it's the equivalent of like when you go into like the old school hubs. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
There you go.
Damn.
Yeah, I got thrown into airlock 13 because of AFK.
Mm.
I have no idea.
Businessman, what's going on? The game is trying to space him. He's too scary.
So effectively what it looks like is you can give me another roll, which looks like you did. It looks like there is chatter going on from the Erazmo side, and they are effectively the typical form of communication of, the typical form of communication of like, set up defenses here, like a lot of reports going back and forth about like planetary defenses having been set up, space combat having been prepared, as well as how work is going on, quote unquote, excavation.
If this is anything like absolutely crucial that the seneschal hasn't also deciphered, I'd probably be relaying that to the captain.
Yeah. Well, excavation wise, I'm sure you guys can imagine what they might be excavating, because there's going work back and forth that apparently the Erazmo has got several sites going of various sizes, from what you're picking up. Yes, you do. You don't have the luxury one, but you have the one that would be specifically designed for you. Mm-hmm. Right. So Regis, okay. Big point. Fuck. Mm-hmm. Sounds great. Yes. Wonderful. Yep. Yeah. I mean, if you want to, Kilogram will be there to defend it. With. Yeah. So we don't actually need to roll this. He will recognize the warrant of trade It is signed by the right, authority figures. It is a renowned warrant of trade. So he officially states that, the Admiral officially states that you are hereby recognized as the Rogue Trader House. For his recognition of the paperwork, he does not have a single leg to stand on. So he leaves you with the following options. You can join the Erazmo Coalition Liberation Force under basically your own banner. However, and he stresses this is an Imperial Guard, an Imperial Navy operation, meaning you cannot claim any of the worlds under your banner. However, you will be a recognized member of this campaign, and you will be granted the due payment of your efforts in return for the services to the Imperium. Yes. Yes, you can claim a stake in the matter. You will be granted a seat in the council that basically oversees this. And you will effectively be able to, afterwards, when everything is done and when your things are being divvying out, like, okay, we need to pay these people this much for their services, we need to recognize these people for this, and so on, you will get a say in like what sort of payment will be granted to you to sort of recognize your efforts. And as for if you decide to dedicate your house forces and whatnot to, given that they need commanders, your ground commanders, they would like to make you a mobile hub for them to then allocate Imperial Guard regiments under the guise of your arch militant, and you will serve as the confidant to the coalition. They give you the resources and a goal, a vague goal. How you achieve that with the resources provided, down to you.
Okay.
I think we've been preparing ourselves for
That Admiral is
So I
always.
take it we're not going to Erazmo. As in, yes, but
That's what's up here.
we're not. Yes, but we're not on planet side. We're in. Yet. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
F it. Let's do it.
So preacher Matthias, the secretary, and I will back you in this only if they give us any information they have on the knights that we're searching for, if they have any information. So we want to raid any information they have. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm in.
Mm-hmm. So let me get that right. So you have to accord that in exchange for your assistance, he has to then provide any information for the knights and so on. Did I get that? Yeah. That is absolutely fine with him. He will bring that forth to the council, but he does not see any issues. As currently, there are no members of the Adeptus Mechanicus on board this council. High Gothic.
I'll speak your house language.
Yeah. Okay, so he will say that he can give you a proper rundown if you attend one of the council meetings, which will happen in a few days' time, so that you can get acquainted, do your own scans and whatnot. But he's more than happy to present you with all the information to do so. Very. They are very tight-lipped. Very, except for 2 seniors and 1 junior officers that Regis has cornered. Yes. Let's see how they resist. They resist, so he gets information, but not their fellowship is not to his level.
So is this like in the presence of basically the admiral and all of his high ranking people? Wait. So are we in the physical yet or no?
Yes, you.
Okay. Who's the hardest looking motherfucker there?
Okay.
Oh,
You have the admiral, you have his bodyguard, and you have one of the commandants who are standing there. And the commandant looks rugged, like he is like. I mean, I've told you, Stevens. You know that the admiral is old. This guy looks fucking ancient, and he is battle scarred. You know, he doesn't have his eyes anymore. His mouth has been replaced. Both arms have been replaced with cybernetics. He has one leg which has basically been replaced with a peg leg that he's moving along on, and he is just decorated with wounded during battle. Sacrificed X amount. Lost 75%. For glorious victory. Basically, this dude has gone in all the way.
I will.
Yeah, let me get.
I will engage in a staring contest.
Roll me a D100. So you are tough. You're very tough. So I'll give you a plus 20 for that. I'm giving him a. Alright, so 26.
So is it D100 minus 20 or plus 20?
It's plus 20 if you do your con via your character sheet. I'm just trying to think what I need to. Yeah, so toughness. Because he doesn't have eyes, but he still needs to have the mental blinking take place.
Yeah. Oh, can I reroll that?
You certainly can.
Okay. That was rough. That was better, but I don't know if I beat him.
You don't beat him because you see that he is giving you the stare of a man who is looked down upon. God knows what kind of horrors of the warp and the Xeno races, but he gives you a nod of yes, Darius. He gives you a nod of like approval. And give me a D100. Now this is pure luck. Pure fucking luck. If you leave an impression that is memorable enough for him. You want to roll as low as possible.
Oh god. That's 2 fate points though. Fuck it. I'll do it. Oh god. No.
Okay. Now Darius. I have this image of him just like opening a rift and just going, I just need a cup, please.
Yeah, thank you. This is rough.
Sure.
I want to win the staring contest. All
right, well, while these things...
That's the whole point.
All right, give me a...
God.
Yeah. Give me a charm. You give me a charm test. Abraham, give me a command roll or a charm roll to see how you're getting along with the military there. And let me quickly read this from Darius. I'll give you a plus 20.
Because I am among ours and their men, do I get any modifiers for command? Damn.
That fat 2, though.
Why didn't you do that when I was having staring contest?
Yeah.
Also,
Okay.
Zeech approves.
Rit,
The 99!
because I'm among our men and their men, do I get any modifiers for command or no?
Plus 20.
Cool. That almost was 250. Oh yeah!
God,
Net 5.
I was having a staring contest. Bad modifiers.
I command you to be my friend.
Alright. Right. Alright, so with all that... sorry, Father Cersei, are you also mingling in with this?
Finley?
Dad?
Dad?
That will never
I
stop
was
being weird and
muted.
funny.
Gosh, I did the same thing. Yeah, right. Matthias said I wasn't involved in this, so
Yep.
yeah, you did. You said I wasn't. You only said only certain people would be in the room.
That's high command staff, though.
That you are part of high command.
No. Okay, I thought you were saying only certain people.
Well, let me just put this down for the record.
Sure.
Unless specifically stated otherwise, and unless the group is split, all players are present for events.
Okay.
Just so we as a player, as everyone can understand, because
Mhm.
otherwise I don't get the whole you're noble but you're excluded thing.
No, I didn't know the reason, if there was any real reason. It just
do appreciate
Oh.
I misinterpreted what David was saying.
It's all good. It's all good. That's why I'm calling for you, so we can get a chat for everyone. Yep.
Well, in that case, good question, because I got a clue now.
So basically, it's the admiral of the fleet that's basically doing the blockade. You're making some good impressions for him, and he has acknowledged the fact that you are rogue traders, and he will effectively grant you the right to have soldiers put under your command to go and reclaim Erasmus in the Liberation Force.
Okay, I'd like to make an awareness check to see if I see anything in our present company that would be heretical. Or
Go for it.
Okay. Do I get any bonuses or just straight roll?
Plus 40, because you know what's up.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Fail this, and I will honestly cry.
Right.
Not 100.
Right.
Your character. Reroll characters. Reroll characters.
Wow.
Oh man.
A 93. You want to re-roll that?
Yeah, you want to
Oh my god.
It's down. It's down
Or
for you.
Could add a plus 10. You could also add a plus.
You know,
I'd re-roll it.
that's a
93.
Goodness, yeah, I'll re-roll that. My goodness. Right?
Plus 10. That's a 70 now.
Alrighty. See, where did you go? Here you
Wait, I
are.
never rolled my.
Oh my gosh.
What?
97.
I got my fate point from earlier back. I forgot about that.
I don't get. I'm.
Plus 10.
I
You-
know, but
You
this
pass,
is the
but you
second time.
10.
so you recognize one. You recognize one guy there. No. Stop. Thank you. You're recognizing one guy who's standing there. You're recognizing his uniform. You're recognizing the helmet that he has, because that is the face of Saint Drusillus. And you have heard of these people before. They are eager volunteers of the Ecclesiarch. They are the Maccabean Janissaries. And they are here. And you know that if they are here, it means that although they are technically Imperial guards, there is definitely an invested interest from the Ecclesiarch to get involved, but they can't do so directly. But you don't know why he is here when there is supposed to be Imperial Navy people primarily.
Right.
Oh, thankfully, you have your master of secrets.
And speaking of information gathering, what information can I have, Oscar?
Okay, I need a TLDR for this because there's been so much happening. So, if I'm understanding it right, you got 3 degrees of success, which means that you can read their insanity points, their any disciplines or what have you, and any potential corruption levels as you are scanning them for their minds.
Their fatigues, if they have a psycho, if their aura is even genuine, or if it's been produced by some other means.
Okay, sure.
Untouchable or not.
Sure. Okay, so there is a astropathic psychic there. He has picked up on the fact that you are doing this, from what you are able to read, but you're going to get all the information ahead of time. Corruption level, you're going to find that the Admiral has about 23 points of corruption. Insanity, he's about 32. You're finding some of the other guys, again, they have definitely been exposed to things, but they're not as high as the Admiral. And insanity is within reason of people who go out and fight aliens and blasphemers.
David, check the
And to top it off, you are also able to make out that the astropath is he's not a ascended or a transcended astropath like yourself, this looks like someone who has been handpicked from the choir for other reasons. So he's below you by quite a few leagues in terms of power. But you suspect that this guy, well, from what you can make out, like he is trained, he's prepped, but he is not, someone that you would find. How would you put it? Having ascended up by natural gifts. He's probably there as a personal link towards someone or something else. Making sense?
Yeah.
Because I don't have all of their character sheets in front of me, and I'm not going to start plowing through them all.
That's fair. I guess I'll have to do. Oh, that's lucky. I will send that then about his corruption to the captain, because
he's above average corrupted, as far as you can tell.
You can't quantify, I guess, like rules-wise, you probably can't quantify it, but he surely should be mutated in some way at that point.
He should definitely have had some malignancy rolls, yeah.
Oh, that's fine.
There is no physical signs of anything that you can make out.
The old ways. You just see her slowly like start pressing the trigger on that sawzall blade.
Oh yeah, the mingling is going very well. I think what we're going to do is we're going to draw up all of this, and they leave, and then I'm just going to do an info dump here. So let me just start throwing out some of these pictures here. So they've got a field marshal, Harmon Sanatov, who is in charge of the various Imperial Guard regiments that have come here, and it's consisting of approximately 6.7 million soldiers. Of the various types, anywhere from mechanized to engineers to artillery, all the way over. They've got quite a decent presence for anti-air as well, so they've got a very wide variety. The only thing that are currently missing is super heavy tanks, but they do have super heavy artillery available. Effectively, it's anti-orbital cannons that has been brought with him. Yeah. Effectively, like, if you want to take over the planet, you first have to defeat the fleet, which is fine. Then you've got to actually get close enough to deploy your people, and that's going to be tough. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. The admiral will take one out of courtesy, and the rest more or less keep themselves to themselves. So it is what it is. Regis advises you that there is there is a further information that apparently there is a Lord Commissar who has been involved in this as well.
Oh God.
Lord Commissar York. However, he is currently in the hospital, or in the field hospital, after they attempted to take one of the planets.
Oh, good.
Hmm?
I'm joking.
So yeah, so that's the next meeting. Yes. Otherwise, yeah, I'm gonna briefly steal Jackie then, because I need to get some things out of the way between me and him, because he has been.
Yes.
Yes.
Ask for them secrets. Also, look at the Imperial newsfeed because that's what he actually looks like.
Oh my god.
Trust-
It's like looking at something out of Men in Black.
right?
I like how Jack caught on to what I was messaging certain people.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right.
Ooh,
Alright.
I like this Lord Commissar York, but I'm worried he may try to blam my boys. Oh, buddy. He looks so cool. He looks so cool.
Yes. I feel very confident on the matter.
Like, it
I'm
freaks me out.
willing to do that to anyone at any time that they need. Good. Well, why don't you wait and we do this tomorrow? Or a half a.
By the rule, it's session.
Mm-hmm. Well.
Can we recruit somebody from the Collegia Titanica so we can just get more overpowered weapons and just kill everybody? I'm just kidding. Steph. No, we just need a representative from the Collegia Titanica, and we'll be okay. Something's in the works. Okay. Shh. 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 Yeah, Winks with Bubby. Because, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or we can recruit somebody from the Imperial Knights. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why I said,
I'm
"Oh, good."
sorry.
He's in the
What?
med bay. I don't have to worry about anything right now.
Yeah, I'd be like, I would be dumping. Yeah, I would be dumping my fucking autogun on
Well, see,
first
that's
into
the
his
thing.
face.
It's the Red Baron. There's already a deity under the Mechanicus.
You're not
No, okay,
wrong.
don't say that in front of them.
Okay, listen. Okay. Sideline alone. So preacher, out of game. I've literally got it to the point where all of a sudden all the Mechanicus are like, we're planning on taking Red Baron at some point and protecting him. He's a sweet bean to us. You don't know. I'm fighting this legal papers, actually. I am literally trying to fight the legal. Mm-hmm.
Oh
Like I
boy.
said, Red Baron has.
You should be concerned, but that's for Jackie to deal with. All right, guys. So, is there anything further that anyone wants to do? You want... Oh, if it's been a while ago, then you would have had that implanted into you already, and you are fine.
Yeah.
I completely forgot about that. No, you're fine. You would have had that implanted and upgraded. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I just rolled for Dr. Faust's upgrade for this, and yeah, like you're one day in surgery, you wake up, you've got like a little bit of a not migraine, but you've got a bit of a headache, so you do some light duties, but then once that passes, you're fine.
That's.
I know. Yeah. I don't know off the top of my head. You might have to. Right. Cool.
So an
Righty.
MIU is what?
Oh. No, wait, no.
Oh. Okay.
Yes, Murdoch?
No, I was just gonna. I can't ask that question because I didn't make any perception rolls while I was there, which I should have, and that is on me.
Yes, it is.
I was gonna.
It's almost like his character has a job to gather information.
Strange.
Okay, then I'll
Exactly.
I'll just
Exactly.
Thomas. Oh,
Go on.
Sorry. Okay. So, Master Thomas, I'll be sending like a Vox communique to him asking for his presence really quick. And we're back on the ship. We're away from them, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. They're off the ship now. Cool. Yes, I need to speak to you, Master Thomas. Jack?
I'm Sorry, Master. I am rather occupied at the moment. I will be with you momentarily.
Understood. It will only take a brief moment of your time. Okay. Well, all right.
No.
Well, it's
Oh,
fine.
man,
You
it's-
can. I'll.
No,
I
I'll
will
just I'll DM
physically
it to you.
get back to. Okay.
Okay. Otherwise, we can go ahead for the first council meeting, where you will again be introduced to all of the various members except for the Lord Commissar, who is still in treatment. They are advising that they have acquired the needed arms and legs for reattachment. It was a tough battle. They give you a rundown that they made their first, like quite a while back, a few months now. They made their first attempt to take one of the planets. They met heavy resistance, and it was the decision of the Lord Commissar to try and split the enemy's forces by diverting all of ground troops for a shock landing to create a beach to at least allow the forces to start fighting. As it turned out, that the enemy had set up a surprise defense mechanism of planet to orbit missiles, which they had not expected. So he was launching a quick and dirty, landing beach to go down and deal with that. It turned out that they had expected it, and they ran into some entrenchments. They managed to break through the entrenchments and take out 1/3 of the silos before they had to call for a tactical retreat. But that was a difficult one. Ever since they've been gathering up their forces to be numerically superior and beat the ever-loving shit out of them. So,
We have the Red Baron. Did we ever get?
there was the one up here. Just beep it. I have yet to name the planets themselves, but I have their maps. Yep. So yeah, so that's what they're going on there. What they're currently doing is that they are gathering up, the recent supplies that's been set up. They have performed a blockade further out, and they have recruited some navigators from the various different ships, as well as Paltor's lighthouse, and they are setting up a dark net that will prevent people from entering through unsanctioned warp entries. So they have to come through areas where blockades have been set up, like the ones that you came through. Go on. Mm-hmm. Yes, it was. All right. let me quickly do some rolls here.
Uh-oh.
All right.
Rolls.
Then the 8. Right. So the admiral is effectively arguing back that while he understands you can make all the calls that you like to yourself, but currently the need for vagueness was twofold. One, it was to basically call out arms for loyal citizens. But two, it was also to create a network in which to funnel through people who are trying to support the secessionists. So that's his argument for that, and therefore he is, as much as he understands that you need to take down some of these blockades to allow people to pass through and to join in, he's not willing to clean it up. He thinks it would be a good sign of character that they get people worthwhile in there. Yeah, if they can't prove that they're here on good terms like you did, he's not batting an eye. This is serious in his eyes. The Erazmo is a sanctioned place, and due to there is one member who is not on the council at the moment, but the person should be returning within the week. No, someone else. The Lord Commissar, although he is on the council, he's he's under the Imperial Guard, and his insight for the local fight is much appreciated for the wider combat, but he is better served towards the front lines, as the Field Marshal will explain. And this is an understanding that the Lord Commissar and him has come to, that it's better for the Lord Commissar to do that than to sit and do paperwork. So that's where that's sitting. But that person will reveal themselves whenever they deem necessary. Unfortunately, the council has been sworn to not reveal anything until things have been sanctioned, yada yada yada. You could tell that these guys are just tired of bullshit. They want to do war. You can ask a question. Okay. Yep. Hey, that's fine. You can send it out yourself, basically with the footnote of just have your papers ready and your void shields up, cranked way the hell up. And upon that, you're gonna hear ping from OX, very loud, as he gets a message.
Beep, beep. I will answer.
Good.
It is Iota who is informing you that he has found the reason for the void shields to be so powerful during that battle, and he's super excited.
I have been waiting for this examination, so I'm like, do tell.
He sent you basically a graph that shows the warp engine and the void, the void shields, sort of aligning enough for that brief period for a third void shield to be created. And he is on the hypothesis that if you allow it, him and Dr. Faust can team up under the expense of a few astropaths. They might be able to replicate this.
What are you talking about? The good doctor and us are all working together for one mind. Don't worry, he won't be in the list. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is a GM call, but for now, currently, we will put this on the bench just for now, because we have war to deal with. But on a side note, this is great news.
Yep. So that's sorry, I know it's not the best timing for Iota, but yeah.
No. All of a sudden I'm like, excellent work, Iota. This is wonderful news. Unfortunately, we are going to have to put this on the back burner for a tiny bit.
Yep. Sounds good.
Okay.
Okay, and basically the council pushes on and more or less ignores the happy beeping from OX, and they basically say, right, so they're setting up, they're waiting for a few more regiments to come into space, but once that is set up, they are planning to do a double attack to attack both fronts and see how that goes, because they don't want to avoid the enemy from pulling reinforcements from one side and over to the other. And effectively, in about 2 weeks' time, they're going to be doing an attack at both this planet here and this planet here. So the two planets are going to be simultaneously attacked by voids, followed by ground troops to establish forward bases. This planet over here has been colonized and set up for an algae farm to provide nutrition for the front lines in need, and they are also having they've had various Adeptus Mechanicus manufactorial ships in orbit over there to basically extract sorry? Yes, effectively. So they brought the production lines to the front line. So they're strip mining that planet as well as its moon, and they're taking all of the raw resources, throwing it in there, and pumping out like gas, promethium, munitions, repairs, and all of that. So yeah, I take that now that the group has decided that you want to participate in this war.
What do we stand to gain from it is the best question.
Information.
Money.
Is
You
it,
have
but is it enough to, let's put it this way, is it enough to risk this many lives? It sounds rather substantial. I would say we should weigh and run the numbers before committing, because if it's going to be risk a lot of men for not much, I don't know if it's the wisest choice. Right. Right. True.
So remember that there is a thing that you really want from Erazmo. You can use that can be one of your stakes, but you can also claim other things like not necessarily land, but you can claim a part of the imperial tithe that will be coming in from here. You can then basically call upon for the resources of the various different planets to be allocated to you, and you will also, if need be, come to it. If one of the regiments really stand out to you, you can claim them to be a part of the house.
Hmm.
I mean, yeah, dude. This is a huge pilgrim area, and if you can get the rights to ferry them over there, that's dope. That's dope. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, the IRS.
Do you know what the fuck's happening? Or do you want to know what's happening? No. I'm trying to set up for your messages, and I was trying to get a bonus which requires me to roll 1d5 fatigue, and because my toughness is 4, I keep falling unconscious. So I have to keep redoing the whole thing again. After 10 minutes!
Yeah. Yes. Hmm.
Yes, I am
Now that I've
down.
actually heard the risk and reward, I'm down.
I am down. The Red Baron is always down to kill things with his.
I am prepared to fortify.
Kill some NPCs.
God.
Rip.
You're already bred.
It's silence. Silence is consent. All right. So this is going to be an endeavor. I'm putting the requirement for you to completing this is to retake Erasmo. Payments will be that you can claim your stake, which is going to be the relic that you're looking for. And on top of that, you will get your pick of regiments. I've sent some of them to our seneschal, and if he wants to read them out, he can do that. And of course, there's going to be a profit factor of 2, and this is taking it in even at the most pessimistic of losses, aside from the war being lost. As long as you win, you will come out with a profit factor of 2. Any bonuses from the actual war that you guys can influence will then bump it up to a maximum of 4, with everything being set up.
Maxima 4. I'll see a 5.
Well, win the war first, then we can argue. But yeah. They could. Oh, there's still men fighting on the surface, but that was deliberate. So the way I've set this up here is that each what's it called, vessel that you see is approximately a squad, so as in 5 ships, give or take. Yes, and they look to have been. I mean, this is the entire place. This is the entire place, and they've cut off so that everyone has to basically come through from here, down here. So effectively, they're waiting for more Imperial Navy to show up, and then numerically, the Imperium should be overwhelming them.
My lord, not to interrupt, but I have sent Master Darkus a list of what I have noticed.
Yes, Matt.
In person. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Generals may be talking more, but your seneschal must speak.
Yeah. Right, so that's been sent there. So this planet up here, the red one, is considered entirely secessionist. There is a detachment of Catachans that's been dropped onto this planet who are doing scout work on the army's behalf, and they're gathering information and they're waiting to get within, planetary range, and then they're going to be dumped the information via Vox channels. This is a, how would you put it, jungle-like world that is currently in the middle of being deforested and then mined. Resource heavy, yeah. It's clean. It's got lots of natural water, but effectively think rainforest across the entire globe. Mechanicus resources at the moment isn't really present, given that this is a former ecclesiarchal world. That is, it was classified as a necropolis, as they had so many burial tombs that they had to stack them on top of each other. That is the actual shrine, where it is nothing but either holy graves or holy cathedrals.
You heard him. Glass it. We have actual nukes now, so.
Roll me an awareness check, if you ask that. Mhm. Mhm. Yep. Field Marshal Sanatov asks you to have a private word with you. Super. So we'll see you in the librarium. Rogue Trader, are you enacting your right upon the warrant of trade to know this? Yes. Basically, you are, although he is higher than you in military, socially you are higher than him. It's the equivalent of like a governor talking to a general. You know, politically, the governor is technically quite influential and important, but the general politically doesn't hold any real sway in the political world. Yes. And as far as he's concerned, this is now official imperial space. Intuitive. So give me a scrutiny roll or anything along those lines to figure out what's going on. Plus 10. Hey. Mm-hmm. Right. He is informing you that effectively, to their information, the Inquisition has taken an interest in this, and holy relics are being excavated from this place. They claim to be cessationists. However, they are clearly pillagers of a kind, backed by one reason or another. And what they're after, as far as he's informed, has forces within the Imperium very rattled and is dedicating large sums of blank checks to have this stopped immediately. Now that you are in the know, my dear Rogue Trader, he looks to you. You are shackled to see this through. Such is the price of knowledge. Yes. Good. Because I'm afraid that we are going to be seeing this through, one way or the other. Exactly. So he's just nodding, going, "It's go time." Yep.
I have welding torches attached to me. I
thought that Super Troopers 2 wasn't like all that great. It was great, but it didn't match up.
It really didn't.
At least it was enjoyable, though. It wasn't like completely ruined.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't get Last Jedi.
Listen. We say no more because we don't want Staxis to know what we might be doing in the future that involves that.
I keep seeing Revolver Ocelot. What's going on in these?
Yeah. Yes. Yep. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
So we have Erazmo, we have that red ball of dirt, and then we have the Yavin looking thing right here. Okay, so they're all rebelling, correct? Or is it just you? Okay. Oh, okay. So the one on the bottom left is ours then. Okay.
That's yours. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So we can use that as a staging area, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I'm saying, like, if for some reason we have to come back and our guys need to resupply, that is an option for some reason. Zach, just give me a brief rundown on the environments and terrains of each place. Please, my lord.
Rainforest, the big green one.
Okay.
This is a more akin to like very swamp heavy, but it's being radically altered to be an algae farm. One giant algae farm or extraction location, whereas they are literally mass mining out raw resources to just dump in for
jungle industrial.
Yep. Low atmosphere world. Enough to support, general life form, but you're looking at still like, okay, you can breathe, you can do your things, but it's the equivalent of like running around in high altitude. You're gonna run out of air, you're gonna run out of breath eventually.
So it'd be a good idea to actually have people bring rebreathers and just like put them on once in a while to not restock, but to get them back up to snuff every now and then.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then of course you've got Erazmo, who is like Earth.
Okay.
Just fine, except for that it's all graves and tombs.
So like Earth.
The red planet here. What was it? You said it's low atmosphere, but what was the terrain like? Is it rocky? Is it mountainous? Is it?
I mean, it's like Mars. Like it's primarily flatlands with the occasional like caverns and such going up and down, but it's not like overly rocky.
Okay.
Just get up there. It actually has water and such, which allows for some of the atmosphere to go about, but because the heat doesn't like they don't have like full on like what's called skies or sorry clouds and so on. So there is no real, how would you put it, like weather isn't really there. There's no real wind.
Okay. Based on what we have available to us, do we perhaps know where the catechins might be going?
I mean,
that's what I thought. It's just I had to ask.
yeah.
Okay.
So
I
yeah,
think,
go on.
I think our best bet would be to support the catechins and go from there, partially because if we get buddy with them, we can teach them, we can hopefully get them on board and teach them to do seer stuff to us and the Toadsritter, earn some respect, and because think about it, they are also unconventional warfare like the Elysians, and then we've got our standard dudes who can go in and blow the rest of the dudes away like a Mack truck hitting a family of 12.
I do want to point out that they have like scouts of the Catechans, not a full regiment dedicated. So they keep the two Catechan regiments that they have are kept in reserves for now, but they have the scouts who has been deployed, just for like information stuff.
Right. No, I'm saying that it would go well together with us. Is what I'm saying.
Okay. Yeah.
Urban airdrop, true.
In Night Stalkers?
Stalkers. Right. Yes. Correct. Right. It's gonna suck either way, but I think at the end of the day, it's yes. But at the end of the day, if we go with the catechins, it gets us closer to what we want for our house troops. That's why I think we go for that.
Catechins can still be deployed either way. You send them to the red planets, they will just have to adapt.
Right, but how much more likely are they really going to be going to that versus somewhere they actually specialize in?
They specialize in jungle warfare, true, but they are still expected to adapt because, end of the day, you can still have regiments in modern day US Army, and if they're told to deploy to the Arctic, they're going to be deployed to the Arctic.
Oh, absolutely. It's just
so
in this situation when you have them there right above a place that they know they excel. It's just why would you? Even for this universe, it's like that seems kind of tactically unsound to take them away from some place they're gonna kick the most ass at.
Do you know the Imperial?
A little bit, yes, but at the same time, it's like that seems extremely out of character for them.
But at the same time, if they are winning on this side here and they're pushing over here, why would they not deploy the Catechins to add that extra push?
Also true.
So I just need to bring that counter argument out because it's a valid point, but it's at the end of the day, the field marshal looks at this at a much higher angle than that. All right. How are we doing for time?
I'm good. Oh God. I know, right? I was just doing a meme roll.
Oh.
don't have any reason to even use it. We're swimming. How far? 10 kilometers to shore. Whack. Listen.
It's okay.
Listen.
You guys want to see
Chuck
a true
Norris
roll?
can swim on land.
Watch me
Oh.
roll a
Walk on
climb
water.
check.
Climb. So wait, does that mean you climb to the
not-
ground?
Do not make me climb, contort, conceal, or
Oh shit, that reminds me. I need to put points into concealment soon.
dodge.
You want a fellowship roll from me?
Yes.
Swim. Jeez.
There you go.
I roll to dodge that fuck shit you're sending towards my way.
Oh. You think
Alright.
that's a roll?
I think we can go back to being serious now that
I
the
rolled
memes are out of the way.
Okay.
It's all good. It's good. Right. Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I have one more question.
Yes.
Do augury are we able to tell from the planet, this one over here, is it like deep bogs and jungle, or is it just vegetation? There's no like real water or lakes and shit like that. I should be more specific.
That's the map.
Okay, so it's actually like it's solid Europe, not like Vietnam. Vietnam meets meets hellish water conditions.
So as you can see, there's quite a little bit of it. It's a little bit mountainous in certain areas. They've got
Okay.
major pointers out here, which you will get to when you actually take the planet.
Okay, so we could actually bring in vehicles if we need to. Was my concern.
For certain areas, yes.
Yeah, I was worried it was going to be a little bit more liquid. This is actually kind of fine.
Yeah. And they can then share with you the Necropolis world here. That the top and bottom is just ice. Pure,
Wow.
unmitigated ice.
I still would not want to drive anything across that. I've seen what happens to German tanks that get a little too ballsy.
Mm-hmm. As you can see here, but these oceans are freezing cold. Oh, yeah, like you don't want to fall in it. And you need to get there and scan it first. You don't have long range scanners, so you can't scan from where you are to get that information. I hear nothing, so as usual, they group up.
I guess we're going to it.
But that's the one that you want to focus on. In the meantime, I'm just gonna go on.
My lord commands.
Ignore that.
Right. So you are going to have some downtime where effectively on these planets here, specifically the Swamp one and this one, which this one is more reminiscent of the Red Planet, although at the North and South poles, it has, how would you put it, like European style-esque, environment, not quite heavy vegetation, but enough. So it's an odd planet where the center is barren and the top and the North and South poles are where all life is at. So you could do a whole bunch of drills there with the various different regiments who are present. So I'm assuming that you, Abraham, are working in coalition with the various different regiments to set up how you're going to be fighting.
That would be true.
Mm-hmm. All right. So no need for roll for that. This is just routine. You are getting engaged with these other people. Just going to go down the line.
I would like to say once we start making underway for the jungle planet, I'm just gonna have all the men just do a stand down. I should say they should have stood down by now, and they're just going to prepare and then just take the next day or two or however long it gets there to just kind of take it easy, but still be on but still be on standby, but like light duty.
Yep. Sounds good. OX, lots of mechanical stuff are happening at the moment. You're working alongside with the Red Baron for his little project. You're also working along with Abraham. Like, honestly, this is probably the busiest you've been, because with a lot of these trainings, you find that, okay, these vehicles need to be maintained, these ones need to be overlooked here, these guys need training. So you and Iota are like working quite heavy.
I love it.
So you're back to your hour sleep per day to maximize efficiency.
Yes.
Tumulus. Let's see here.
I'll roll commerce.
Yes. Do that for reasons. In the meantime, you are also being, advised by the various different parts of the house of what's going on, how the acquisitions are, how the prep work are going. So far, so good. And yeah. And
Darius. So bound to the Emperor's porcelain throne.
God damn it.
Brilliant.
So you're keeping tabs on these things. You are finding, quite a lot of what the other regiments are. Most of them, especially for the infantry, are like not well-renowned ones. They're more meat-orientated, so they barely even have, flak armor, but they are there in quantity. As I said before, you're looking at around like a 6.6 million, guard deployment for this.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, so like the meat of it is basically conscripted from one form or another, but you are finding like the Janissaries, Maccabian Janissaries are there. The Centillian Fusiliers and Grenadiers are there. Like there is still like a lot of like heavy or well equipped and renowned regiments who are present for this. You are noticing a trend in like a lot of the nobility that's involved in this are originating from the Calixis sector, specifically either Malfi or Centillia, which are the two big capitals of the place.
Okay. I would like to
just before you do that, and Circes, you are advised that, well, although the Ecclesiarch cannot have any official army present, there is a lot of like negotiations backwards and forwards between the Maccabian Janissaries and ecclesiastical representatives who are there to oversee the return of Erazmo. It looks like although they fall under the field marshal, they have the very clear agenda of spearheading Erazmo the moment a breach is opened up to retake the planet. Okay. Any questions so far?
None. I just have, if possible, I would like to meet with some of the heads of the military going to the jungle with us, just to get an idea of their character and of how they lead their men. But that'll probably be for like next session, I guess, before we go in.
Probably for next session.
Yeah. And shit, I need to promote some Elysians and write up some named guys that I want.
You want me to kill them? Sure
I
thing.
didn't say kill them. I need to promote them, and hopefully they're gonna keep getting promoted for being good. So, Jesus Christ, Jack.
That is the blessing, the prayer you say when,
Alrighty.
Involves a lot more swearing.
Alright, so Darius, as you are basically reading up for these astropathic messages, over the next 10 or so days, you're basically picking up that there's a lot of chatter backwards and forwards. At one point, you understand that there is, the Catachans didn't perform their best stealth role, so they're being looked after for a little bit. Then they disappear, and chatter seems to sort of like excavate out as they're still searching for them. The Red Planets, apparently excavations has begun there in search for something, an entrenchment. Talks about that they are concerned that no fleet has been able to come to their support as of yet. There's been a few cases where the Imperial Navy has opened up fire at people who has arrived, leaving them for dead in space. Simple as. And at this point, you are outnumbering them by a lot. So you're 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Let me just quickly see this. Yeah. Yeah, that's the total. You are finding that upon, the last, you said you want to withhold until the actual decision is made. All right.
Oh, now I'm swayed. He wants the booty. Ooh.
Mhm. Yeah. Mhm. Sure. Can I get a Auspex scan from our seneschal? You will be facing a -40.
-40. All right. Do I get a +10 from that?
No. Don't really think I can give you for this one. Like, I know it's in the rules, but this one I don't think so.
Great.
Sessions.
Oh, I can't lend him a fate point either, can I? That sucks.
You could, Matthias could probably yell at him to do a better job.
Can anyone? I can take a scrutiny roll if someone assists him with the information, with the scanning. But you have to pass the scrutiny roll yourself without the -40. No. It's not applied. But if someone assists, you still have to roll to see if you pass your scanning with the scrutiny.
I can help.
What about a badass tech use?
No, this is scrutiny. This is
I
scrutiny.
can roll a scrutiny. Yes, but I also am tech support, so it's one of those things where all of a sudden, yes, I can roll scrutiny for you guys. Awesome. Oh, one moment, please.
Oof. That's security, not scrutiny.
Ah, there we go. Sorry, read it wrong. Oh, scrutiny I don't have. Fuck. Never mind.
It's right underneath logic.
I did do it.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Scrutiny. Oh.
You keep using that word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
Well, according to the information I have, they have guns.
No.
All right, I'm sending this to the Rogue Trader and to the Seneschal, as they were the ones doing this.
My God, they do have guns.
But are they big guns?
I'm gonna have to bail out, guys.
All right. Well, this is going to be the end of it. With Jackie, you're going to be called in for a conference call that we'll deal with before the start of the next session.
Okay.
Alrighty.
XP?
Yes, 250. See ya.
Take care, buddy.
Night.